the Spanish network of biosphere reserves, a place for cooperation. 4 bioclimatic regions converge: Alpine, Atlantic, Mediterranean, and Macaronesian. The Spanish network of biosphere reserves extends through all of these, which gives you an idea of its great diversity. Currently, this network consists of 45 biosphere reserves, 2 of which extend beyond our borders. In Portugal, the cross-frontier biosphere reserves of Jerez, and in Morocco, the Intercontinental del Mediterráneo.
In the international context, the Spanish network of biosphere reserves is really a recognized network. It is a network that has worked hard, and an example of this is the contribution that the Spanish state has given over time in terms of the plans under UNESCO. Another important example of this is how initially they were declared biosphere reserves by the Spanish state. They were one of the first countries to create biosphere reserves in the year 1977 and bring, in addition, 45 reserves in a context that currently is made up of 631 reserves in 119 different countries. The work philosophy in the network of the Spanish network of biosphere reserves is to be able to save all the experience gained over many years, both successful and unsuccessful, in order to continue moving forwards, to avoid making the same mistakes and thus spread knowledge and benefit from each other. The types of uses that occur in the network are varied. It can be any type of use of the medium, provided that it is done in a respectful manner, and always provided it is not done, as I say, at the expense of the environment, but respecting it and with some items of sustainability.
It should be noted that the reserves are an instrument by which a program of social and economic development can be established and with time sustained. Therefore, trying to ensure that man and biosphere work together in this program. The work in the network is collaboration, exchange of information and experiences in order to achieve between everyone a common objective, that the reserves are areas where nature, society and economy constitute the pillars of development. To achieve coordination and smooth communication in the Spanish Biosphere Reserves network, several ingredients have been required. Firstly, there are some rules which determine who is who in the network. Secondly, a group that makes decisions and in which are represented the autonomous regions where there are reserves and also the social groups most involved. This is a Spanish committee of the MAP program, whose function is coordinated by the National Parks Agency. In addition, there are 2 groups advising the committee. One of them is the Board of Managers, which includes all reserve managers, and the other is the Scientific Council. Finally, to facilitate the relationship between these 2 groups is the National Parks Agency, which organizes the meetings and serves as a communication channel. The inhabitants of the reserves, their managers, the scientific community, public administrators, NGOs, tourism and agriculture, among others, are represented in the network and participate in decision-making through the MAP committee. The work of the network has allowed the Spanish network of biosphere reserves to have a system of assessing the state of stocks, a brand of quality, a signposting manual for the reserves, numerous scientific studies, traveling exhibitions, several informative publications, an image bank, etc. The Spanish network of biosphere reserves is one of the most active and structured national networks that exist in the world. All of its components are important. Altogether, they join forces so that the biosphere reserves are a benchmark in the pursuit of sustainable development. More than 1,800,000 people live within the Spanish biosphere reserves. The total area that the Spanish network of biosphere reserves occupies is superior to that of countries like Switzerland or Denmark. More than 100 people are involved in the coordination of the Spanish network of biosphere reserves.